What's up, everybody? Welcome in to the aftermath. It is the right side of campus. I'm your host, the big man on campus, flying solo with you today as Donnie Rightside returns back to the States from his trip to Costa Rica. It's going to be a fun show today. Well, fun for me, probably. I don't know how fun for you, but um, I'm winging it today. I'm just enjoy overreaction. I don't know what. I'm just in heaven today after a great night, and hopefully we can relive it. Try to have some fun. We'll see what we do here. Welcome into the right side of campus. I'm your host, the big man on campus, and it's February 5th, 2018. It's Monday. I don't know how I'm going to do this show. Really on a daily today, I've never experienced this, so I can't really act like or I know how I feel, but a great night, a night that I'll never forget. I know if you're an Eagle fan, you'll never forget. And people probably say, get over it. I mean, you won, move on. I mean, it's not like that for us. I mean, we've never won. We've never had anything to cheer about. We've never had anything to cry about, or well, we've had a lot to cry about, but cry for joy. We've never had that. So as Eagle fans, it's a special thing. I mean, all of our family that died and didn't get to see it. I mean, my grandfather was an Eagle fan his whole life. He never saw a Super Bowl, saw championships, but never a Super Bowl. And, it's a lot of family stuff that never seen it. So, when we partied the way we did, yeah, there was some things that went on that were crazy. But, as we say, fly, Eagles, fly. So, welcome into everyone. We'll chat about the game, see where it goes. I don't do a lot of shows solo, so we'll see how long we're on here today. Donnie obviously traveling back home. If you're out there, like the show, please. Very important. Always always hit that like button when you come into the show. Also, hit the retweet button if you're on Twitter. Great way to share the show to people who maybe don't see it on a regular basis. Good morning, BMOC. Good morning, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks to all the people out there that were so kind to say congratulations. I appreciate it. And all I got to say to the national media is, how the fuck's it taste? All you fuckers picked against us the whole season. I know people on here that picked against us all season. Guys like, Gabe Morency. I know he had him last night, I guess, but he hated the Eagles all season. I tried to tell him, slow your roll. We got this. And even I doubted them at points. I mean, Nick Foles. I mean, I start with him. I mean, Nick Foles. I mean, what a job. He comes in and wins the Super Bowl. I mean, it's amazing. It's just when he came in, when Carson went down, it was, it seemed like the end for us Eagle fans. That was our guy, and it was like, oh my God, here it goes, this again. And Carson goes out, and everyone thinks season's over. Nicky Six comes in, wins that game, and just keeps it going. Then he had that game against Oakland, and we're all thinking, oh my God, man, this guy's brutal. But I'm at a loss for words. How are you even going to do this show? You should be partying. I just got home recently. I got home about 5. I slept for, I didn't really sleep an hour or two. But hey, show must go on, Chris Woodson. That's how it goes here. We are here to do shows, and we got to make it happen. Where's Foles next year? That's a good question. I don't know if we're ready to think about that just yet. I would imagine he'll stay with the Eagles. He's a pretty humble guy. Who knows? He could probably get something somewhere else. I got to tell you, if I'm a free agent team, I'm a team in need of a quarterback. I mean, why aren't you looking at Nick Foles? I mean, he won you a Super Bowl, for God's sakes. Without Jess Fisher's coaching, Nick Foles didn't do anything. Yeah, good. Well, yeah, I'm sure that played a big part in it. But last night, you look at the game. I mean, just back and forth. It seemed like the Eagles could never get a stop. Seems like it was, and it seemed like it was going to come down to that last drive. Can the Eagles get a stop? Can they handle this? I didn't think they could, but what's amazing about this team? The one sack in the game was the biggest one of the game. Just one sack, one pressure. They get to him. Barnett recovers a fumble. Pay dirt. And he he still had to dodge a touchdown late. That long throw to Gronk, just drops it. I saw videos of Philadelphia. It looked like the purge. The poor person who had their car tipped on its side. Yeah, that happened a little north of where I was. But, yeah, last night was pretty much a blur. I mean, when they win, I mean, you go to Broad Street. And, I saw some weird things. I mean, naked people, cars turned, fires, all sorts of stuff. But you know what? This doesn't happen very often. It never happens for us. So we're gonna go crazy. I saw Wawa get or I don't know if it was a Wawa. I think it might have been like some kind of gas station just north of where I was that supposedly got looted. I don't know. I know one of the Macy's stores got looted. Some of these kids. I mean, I saw a couple kids zonked out of their mind, and they don't know where they are. I mean, they just people climbing up the poles and getting arrested for it. So we were enjoying ourselves. So I don't know if enjoying yourself is looting a store, but when you're in that sort of haze, some of these kids will do stuff that they shouldn't do. But yeah, it was great. Other than that, Isaiah, much respect for coming on this morning. Yeah, no problem, man. We're here. We got. I don't sleep much anyway, so it's part of the day. Donnie Rightside in here. Welcome in, Donnie. Donnie will be back for the parade, I'd imagine. I'm not going to try to take away any credit from the Eagles, but what do you make of the Malcolm Butler situation? Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it? Seemed like and they visibly showed Malcolm Butler crying on the sidelines during the anthem, and I get that's a feeling of Belichick probably just walked over and said, "What's wrong with you?" And he's crying. Sit on the bench. You're obviously not prepared for this game. That's how he is. That's how he is as a coach, and I wouldn't surprise me if he did do that. That's weird, though. I'd like to hear an explanation. I don't know if he'll give you one, but the explanation might be interesting. I don't know why he didn't play. I would say it had to do something with that. If you're out there, hit the like button. Please retweet the show. Always important. SPR allows us to grow. I know, every time we do a show, it's important that you retweet it. Make sure, and like it and get it out there to the masses. I'm going to do that myself here and retweet the show. I don't think I ever did that. We'll take some questions. Really just going to take questions here for the most part. I was a hater and non-believer when Wentz went out for the season, but I must say, congratulations. I'm happy for you all. Yeah, I appreciate that. A lot of people said congratulations. That was very cool. A lot of you guys, very classy. I saw so many people last night I haven't seen in a while. I saw our friend Tweety Dimes. He was hanging around. He came up to me. I don't know where now he found me, but he found me. People that I haven't seen for many years, but we withstand the test of time. I had beer poured in my hair. It was it was rough. Nick Dial took the alternative line. So you had the Eagles plus 2.5. Nice. Awesome. You look well rested. Not really. Not really. Just hanging. But we look back to the game itself, and I mean, Nick Foles, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, had that interception, but it wasn't his fault. The interception was someone trying to make a play. Blunt was very good last night. I thought for a minute maybe if he could have got another touchdown, maybe he could have got MVP. I had him at a big, 65-1 price, but they're not going to give it to anyone but Nick Foles. Nick Foles was classy. He was fantastic. He did everything he needed to do to be the quarterback and to win the Super Bowl. He was fantastic. What did you make of the Eagles' defense? There's not much to make of it. They weren't good. They gave up over 600 yards, but they made a play when they had to, and that's really all that mattered. It didn't matter. It didn't matter what they did as long as they were able to make a play and get off the field. And they made one when it mattered most, the strip sack of Tom Brady. Not one sack all game until then. I thought the defensive game plan was horrible. I don't know what they were doing. There was no blitz whatsoever, which I get. You can't blitz Tom Brady a ton, but the front four didn't get there. They couldn't get there. They couldn't do anything all night, which sucked. And as we saw, when you don't get pressure on Tom Brady, he's going to shred you. He shredded them. But they made one more play. And if you would have told me before the game that the Eagles would have scored 41 points, again, I would have told you you're nuts. If anyone's going to score 41, it was the Patriots. I remember saying to a guy at at the party I was at, the Super Bowl party I was at, we were talking about the game, and he said, he had the over, and I said, yeah, I don't think if the Eagles are going to win, I don't think the game's going to go over. I think they need to keep it under. They can't have the game go over because that means Tom Brady is going to score into the 20s. And he said, well, we'll see what happens because everybody in the city bets Eagles and overs. And the bookmakers got crushed. And I'm not talking about the Vegas bookmakers. I'm talking about the local guys. I'm talking about the guys in the corner, the guys in the social clubs. I'm talking about those guys. They gave up they wrecked last night. Because what people do in the city is they'll bet the Eagles straight. They'll bet the Eagles in the money line. They'll bet the Eagles in the over. And then they'll reverse Eagles in the over. So a reverse pays out 4-1. And they hit both sides. Plus parlays, teasers, put the Eagles in the over. I mean, you just hit it every way. So, the locals down there are mangled. They're more mangled than we are this morning. So, yeah, but everybody, like I said, everybody bet the over. So, I didn't think if the game went over, I would have had to think the Patriots would win. Because I didn't think Eagles could put up more than, you literally match score for score Brady, and they moved the ball at will. They had no trouble moving the ball. But when they missed the extra point early on, then they start chasing points. And you saw at the end, that's the difference in a game. If it's a 9-10 point game, that game is over a lot earlier than it was. I was surprised with the game being indoors, the issues the snappers and kickers had. Good point. There were some issues. I think to miss an extra point, it was like plus 1,000. They missed 2 in the first quarter. Amazing. I had Eagles team total over 21.5, but you guys made me a believer. I told everyone in the gym all week I like the Eagles outright by double digits. Well, I said I liked them by 10, 27-17, and I was laughed at. I was laughed at on this show. I believe I was laughed at on the soccer show. I told Flash that they would win big, and he laughed. On any show I do. The Blackjack Fletcher show. People laughed at me. You're nuts, Jeff. How can you bet against the Patriots? Because this team was destined to win all year. Everything that happened, all the people that we had in the corner, the kid Lucas from Delaware County that died by having cancer, but he befriended Carson Wentz. Guys like that, kids like that, Carson on the sideline, all the injuries we had. We deserve this as a city, man. Thanks, Carlos. Appreciate it, man. It was an amazing game. Truly a case where just one team won it. The other team didn't lose it. Yeah, you're right about that. Omar had first half a full game. Good. I took yes on whether or not the Eagles would score a rushing touchdown. That was an easy winner. Yeah, I did pretty well with the props, actually. I was one of the few people, actually, I think I remember saying it on this on SPR, dilly before the first touchdown. That ended up hitting. I had Blunt to score a touchdown. That hit. I had Aguilar over. That hit. I had did anyone say Rocky? Did they say Rocky? I didn't even notice if they did or not. I would almost assume they did, but I'll have to look back. I left my prop book down at the party I was at. Long ways out. Who's your guess in the Eagles will open up with on Thursday Night Football? I have no idea. We're just reliving what we're doing. That's funny. You're saying Patriots era is over, but they were just in the Super Bowl, the biggest game of the year. The Patriots era is here in a long time. Actually, you're totally wrong. And if you listen back to the shows I said last night would be the end of the dynasty, and it's going to be the end because they are done. They are done. See you, Patricia. See you, McDaniels. Gronk's talking about retirement. TB12 and Belichick are at it. Malcolm Butler's randomly out of the Super Bowl for no reason. Fuck the Patriots. We're not talking about them today. Bye-bye. See you, New England. Wah, wah, wah. We're not going to cry today because you didn't win the Super Bowl. Tom Brady walks off, doesn't shake anyone's hand. That's what the Patriots are. They're cheats. They're phonies. They're losers. That's what they are. I don't care if they won. I don't. I don't care how much they've won. They're shitheads. We all know it, and you all know it. We all know it. They've won the Super Bowl multiple times because they cheated. That's what they do. Yet, you look at last night when a real team hits them in the mouth. Bye-bye. See you later, New England. Go back home. F off. Doesn't matter. Who cares? It doesn't matter. David? And David, if you listen, I just said I thought the Eagles' defense was awful. Like, how salty are you, David? You're that mad this morning. Go back to bed, will you? Let us have our time here. You're mad. Move on. Armin, what's happening? Vegas got crushed. Yeah, I bet they did. Everybody got crushed. If you had a book last night, you got crushed. Looking at the home opponents, no doubt Eagles Thursday night opener, Vegas, Vikings, Eagles. Good point. Great point, Sportsbook Balls. You might be right on that. Patrick given their last two Super Bowl wins by the dumbest call in history and a choke job by Atlanta. Also a choke job by we could argue the Eagles. I mean, they were leading that game in 2005. They're just a cheating group of losers. That's what they are. They're not losers on the field, but they're losers in life. They're just morally not all there, ethically. They don't do the right thing. They cheat. I mean, if you want to argue, you can argue, but it's true. But we're not going to talk about that today. It's Eagles Day. We'll get into some basketball a little later. I don't know what I'm going to talk about with basketball. And quite frankly, sorry. NFC said best division in football. NFC's best division in football. All have Super Bowl rings. Good point. And now you can't use that. Well, Eagles don't have a Super Bowl. Yeah, they do. Did you see the fan that was eating? No, I did not see that. That was up. I don't think that was anywhere near me. David needs a nap. Yeah, he does need a nap. David, go back to bed. It was just another game for me. I don't care either team. I'm just happy it was a good game. It was a great game for the neutral public. If you were a neutral fan, you were a fan of football, you saw a great game last night. Awesome stuff. I know the Betcast, they had some fun on there. Awesome stuff to see. It's nice to see people like Donnie Rightside win. For us, like we said, we don't win very often. And Donnie's been on the earth a little bit longer than I have. He lives, breathes, sweats Eagles like I do. It's a lifestyle for us. It's our passion. On Sunday, it's football. We're like a soccer club. It's our life, and we finally got what we asked for. You guys are raising animals. We're not raising animals. We're having fun. People, like I told you, kids are drunk. They're on drugs. This is what kids do today. They get drunk and do stupid shit. Thoughts on the Clement TD call? The radio guys were listening to didn't think it was a catch. It was a catch. I believe it was. I didn't see any reason to think it wouldn't have been. But how about the play where they throw the ball to Tom Brady, he drops it, Eagles come right back at him and do the same play. And it worked perfectly. On 4th down, I might add. Amazing. Nick, Doug Peterson has balls, man. Doug EP, big balls Doug. I couldn't do it, Las Vegas. I was near crying. I just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I let the neighboring row homes do it for me. They were chanting, they were doing what was going on. And that was cool because we had the game on. People right next door had the game on. People on the other side of the game on. People across the street had the game on. Everybody had the game on. Do you want to know my game's MVP? Jason Kelce. Yeah, Kelce had a great season, man. I remember last year, a lot of us wanted him out. He didn't play well. He hadn't played well. He was not very good last year. But Yeah, you're right, Greg. I mean, the unsung heroes was the offensive line. I mean, they were great all year. You know, they lose Lane Johnson last year. Season sucked. They get him back this year. You lose Jason Peters even. I mean, it was awesome. I mean, they played so great. They were road gritters all year. Guys like Brandon Brooks came in, played well. Stefan Wisniewski, Vitae. How about Vitae? I remember so many people. Big V, Big V. He's not going to be able to do it. Jason Peters, all pro tackle. Vitae came in was immaculate all season. He had no problems. I can't remember him giving up a sack this year. Unsung heroes was the offensive line, and I'm sure Nick. Made them well aware of that last night. What did you eat last night? A lot of stuff. Nothing that I should eat, but when the Super Bowl happens, you do what you got to do. Halftime show was boring. Yeah. From what I saw, it looked pretty lame. It was funny because there was a kid at the Super Bowl party I was at. He was probably, I don't know, 10 or so. And somebody asked him, they said, do you know who this is on TV? He goes, no. It's amazing how we're getting older, you know? Kids don't know who Justin Timberlake is. You know, we're all getting older. Big man, your video last night was awesome. I can't even watch. So much fun. Like I was there. Yeah, I try to make it like you were all there. Did Zach make Donnie go to Costa Rica? I didn't make Donnie go to Costa Rica. I believe, why wouldn't anyone want to go to Costa Rica? The only reason I didn't go to Costa Rica is because they were all going to Costa Rica. I don't, guys, as I've mentioned before, I'm not a huge, I love the NFL, but Donnie and Gabe, they do the NFL. They like the NFL. I'll be down there for basketball. I was okay with being where I was at. I think Meek Mill escaped. Meek Mill did not escape. He's still very much at State Correctional Institute at Chester. But sure, he had a great night last night because this win is dedicated to people like Meek Mill. People that live this city, breathe this city, love this city, put on for this city, and are unfairly railroaded by a bad justice system. We shout Meek Mill today, and we know he had a great time. Kevin White embarrassed himself. Kevin Hart always embarrasses himself. He's a lame dude, man. Really lame. I don't know what he did, though, so I can't really comment. How many hours of sleep did you get? I don't know, about 2 or so. Brady's a sore loser. He should have been a man and shook Foles' hand. Yeah, well, they're not going to criticize him. How couldn't we cheat last night? That makes some sense. Yeah, you didn't. You see what happens when you don't? I don't know, Conrado. Why don't you ask him? Drew Y was just in Hako Beach 2 weeks ago. Place amazing. Yeah, it does look amazing, doesn't it? Really on film, it looks great. I'm sure I'll get there at some point. Looks really nice. Beautiful place. A Super Bowl winning punk bitch. But a punk bitch nonetheless. Justin Searcy does not like Tom Brady. Congrats on the win, P-Rips. Must be good to be an Eagles fan. I'm still waiting on my Bills to grab their win. Hopefully you're next, P-Rips. What do I think about Malcolm Butler's benching? I don't get it. But again, that's what Bill does. Obviously, Butler didn't look all himself last night. He was crying before the game. I'm sure Bill walked up and said, "What's your issue?" He probably didn't have an answer, and I'm sure Bill thought he'd go to him, but they never went to him. Interesting. Am I on anything in Chelsea Watford? I got to see what the line is at this point because I initially like Chelsea, but again, I mean, if the line's too high, I'm not going to go on it. I think they bounced back today, though. Yeah, I mean, it's still bettable. I mean, it's still pretty high. I would probably just go Chelsea -1. I think they come out here with a really good effort. Watford's had major trouble lately. Chelsea off a loss, an embarrassing loss. I would take Chelsea. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate it, man. Malcolm Butler's done with the Patriots. We had to see where he lands. I mean, he had one good play in his career with the Patriots. I had a pretty good season, but he wasn't in there when it mattered most. Send in any questions if you have them. We'll try to get to them here. As far as college basketball tonight, guys, I'll be honest, haven't looked at a ton yet. I could try to give you opinion based off, the top of my head, but I got to tell you, I got to get back to sleep, go to sleep for a couple hours here, get my bearings back. Looking at the card early, I'm looking at NC Central, like them a little bit. Bucknell might be on the card here. Maybe West Virginia. We'll see. Uh, do Eagles have any free agents you're worried about losing? Not really. They've pretty much tied everyone up for the most part. I want to get Carson back healthy, and we'll go from there. What do the Eagles do with Nick Foles? I don't know. I don't think we're thinking about that just yet. Would I trade Foles? Look, I think if you want to give him the chance to go be a starter, if he wants to do that, I think he's deserved it. If you can get something back for him, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know, David. I can't answer that. If it was me, yeah, I probably would. It's hard to, getting a quarterback that good as a backup. He'll get him big money. He'll garner big money, and I'm sure when the dust clears and everything happens, we still haven't had a parade yet, But I don't do this often, but I'll say this loud and clear. I think without the city of Philadelphia Police Department last night, that would have turned into a major, war zone down there. Again, the cops get a bad rap, around the country, but Philadelphia Police Department do a pretty good job. They're in patrolling one of the toughest cities in the world, and they did great last night. So shout out to them. Could have made it. It could have been a lot worse, probably. The ride gear was there. They were, the whole climbing up poles stuff. They were pretty quick to get them off. They did a good job, pretty much. You have to be able to control the crowd. There were some kids that were doing some things, but I think overall it wasn't too bad. Trade Nick Foles to Jacksonville. I don't know what they're gonna do. No, I've never seen those movies, Greg. NCAA card's not that attractive. It's Monday, never is. Fuck, trade him. Exactly. He deserves to be a starter. Yeah, I would definitely try to get something out of him. His value's at an all-time high. That's a great point. You're not going to get any higher. I was on Broad and Gerard, and it was World War III. Yeah, up at Temple, it looked pretty bad too. Up near Temple. Teddy B, I'm not gonna shout you out. You talk shit all season. No, I'm only kidding. Shout out to you. Other than that, guys, that's it. We relish in this opportunity today as world champions. I thank SBR for giving us the platform to all year talk about our Eagles. I know at times, we were annoying, I know most people on here aren't Eagle fans. They don't want to hear about it. Most of you don't even like the Eagles. But you allowed us to come on here and give our unadulterated opinion on it. And we thank you for that. I'm sure Donnie is in the air right now. I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's doing. I guess he's coming home. But we'll go to the parade on, I think, Wednesday, and that'll be it. And hopefully maybe we can start our own dynasty here. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? You look at the odds for next year. Eagles have to be number one, don't they? You get Carson back. You get Jason Peters back. You have some really good depth on that offensive line. Vital will be a backup. You get Jordan Hicks back as your middle linebacker. You maybe try to add something in the draft, in the secondary maybe or something. And you're going to get Sidney Jones. He's going to be your starting corner. Ronald Darby, I'd imagine, is gone. I don't know if they'll keep him around. You have Jalen Mills, who kind of became a good quarterback quick. You're obviously going to get Carson back. You get Will Darren Sproles come back? Who knows? Probably not. But you have a pretty high level backfield at this point with Blunt and with Jerry Jai and Corey Clement. Corey Clement might be a long-term option for them. You got Zach Ertz, who's a major playmaker. You got a great defensive line. I mean, I'd be all over the Eagles. Pearson's a great coach. He definitely proved me wrong. I think a lot of Eagles fans were concerned about that hiring. He never coached before. He never did this, never did that. But hey, he got us what we needed. And he'll be a legend in this town forever. I've been slacking a little in basketball. Moving forward, I'm going to do my best to join the chat so I can add value capping and giving out plays. Yeah, college basketball's been very good to me. I had to give out another winner yesterday. And that worked out for us. Had a great season in college basketball so far. Hopefully it can continue. But we'll wrap it up today on that note, and hope everyone has a great day. Hopefully enjoy your Monday with whatever you're doing. We are celebrating here. I don't know if Gronk's retiring. You got to wonder. I mean, who knows? Maybe he's sick of getting hit. He's got plenty of money, doesn't he? Yeah, Temple won yesterday. Villanova won yesterday. Everybody won yesterday. Thanks to SPR for letting me put this out today. Everyone for joining me. Hopefully, have a great Monday. Big man. Yeah, my phone died. I would have got at you, man. Sorry. But then again, do I really want to celebrate with a Patriot fan? I don't know about that. Just can't do that. Everyone have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow, Tuesday, where we'll officially put a bow on the NFL season. Donnie will get his opinion. We'll wrap kind of the season up with a bow on it and kind of move into college hoops. Next couple months, college hoops dedication. Everyone have a great Monday. We'll see you back here on Tuesday with another edition of the Right Side of Campus. We'll have the TriCaster back, everything produced. We'll see you then. Join us Tuesday. Bye-bye.